Everybody, welcome to lesson number 17. This is the first video in this lesson. And what we're going to do is log into Supertracker. And if you remember in the last lesson, in lesson 16, you should have entered your food. In this lesson, we're going to enter our physical activity. So in order to do that, we're going to log in first. So you log in using username and password. Okay, if you forgot your username or password, you can obviously click on those links and it should send you an email to your Gmail account. So once you're logged in, we're going to be clicking on the physical activity tracker, which you could do either right down there, or you can go up to the top and do it as well. We're going to click on that. And now we're putting in, as opposed to one day, we're going to put a full week's worth of activity. Okay? So you're going to scroll down a little bit to get a full idea of the input section. And then we're going to put on today's date. And remember, I'm going to be putting it in for a week. So I'm going to click back on to the Sunday of this week. So I get a full week in. Okay? And you're noticing my goal is about 3 times a week for about 20 minutes. Okay? So my first activity, I'm going to click in walking and running. Under where it says type activity here, you can start typing in walking. And remember, it's going to auto-populate. If you click go, it's going to give you this long list. So let's not click go. And generally, when you start thinking of how fast you walk, you're going to be walking in between classes and walking around your house. But when you're walking, think of walking in like a city or something where someone's really walking fast. That's generally about 4 miles per hour. So unless you're really blazing around the hallways of the school, you're probably going to go a little bit slower than that. And you could say about 3.5 or 3.2. I'm going to say I'm going to walk a little bit faster, and I walk at about 3.5 miles per hour, or a 17-minute mile. And if I scroll down a little bit more, let's take a look. I do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for my average school week. And now you start thinking of in between classes. So if it takes you about 3 to 4 minutes to get in between classes, you multiply that by all your periods, and then you're walking to and from the bus or to or from your car. Start thinking about how long it takes for each day. So I'm going to put that in about, let's say, 20 minutes each day. Okay, that I'm actually physically walking in between classes, which is about 5 to 6 times a day. I'm going to click on add. And that's going to add it to your week. So you start looking at all the information that you're going to start doing. Walking 4 miles per hour over here. I've done this previously, so I'm going to remove some of this stuff so I get a true representation. Again, if you're running or you're doing something for a practice after school or something special on the weekend, you certainly want to put that in. All right, and I'm going to talk about running. I'm going to run a couple of times a week. Let's see, I'm going to run about, I don't know, let's say 7 miles per hour for an 8-minute mile. Not too fast, not too slow. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to say I do it on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. I'm going to add that. And I'm going to just say about 20 minutes each time I do that. I'm going to click on add. Okay? So you start looking at this meter over here. So you'll be setting a goal basically on how you want to maintain your weight and for your age. And then you're going to be taking that information and it's going to be giving you this weekly total, which is what we want to take a screenshot of. So the screenshots that we're taking for this specific lesson is as follows. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get a picture of the physical activity target right here. In order to do that, we're going to use our snipping tool. I'm going to come up to snipping. When I do my search, there's my snipping tool there. And our snipping tool in this case is I'm taking a screenshot for my physical activity. So this is capture number 1. As you did in the last lesson, you're going to save it right to your desktop. So make sure you select desktop. I'm going to call this capture number 1. Hit save. I'm going to minimize that. And I want to do a second one. I just want to make sure I move my my weekly total right about there. So let me take my second screenshot. Give it a new one. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to call that capture 2 after I do file save as. And again, make sure this is all going to your desktop. We're still going to upload this to our Google Drive in a couple minutes. And minimize that, getting that out of the way. And the last part of this, we want to click a report. Okay, so we want to look at a physical activity report, just like we did for nutrients. And we want to view the report for the week of, and we're going to do it through this particular Sunday through Saturday. And we'll click on Create Report. This is the last step in the last screenshot that we're doing. It takes a minute or two to just load up. We'll take a screenshot of that, just like we did for the last one, and that'll be the last capture for this video. Okay, so there it is. And again, before you take the screenshot, you want to make sure it's correct. So I've got activity going Sunday through Friday and Saturday. But again, it's not going to fit all on one screen, so I have to do a control minus and kind of zoom out a little bit. You basically want to get it so you're taking a picture of the whole thing. That looks about right. I'm going to hit my snipping tool again, a new one, and this is on my last one. I want to get this whole picture. There we go. And you got it. We're going to do File, Save As, and this is going to be capture number 3. That's it. So let's just double check before I start uploading everything in the next video. So I got capture 1, capture 2, and capture 3 on my desktop. Okay, so we're going to stop this video and we're going to go on to the next video where we're going to learn how to put it into our website.